Hey guys, Dislitter Magic here, and something very strange and unexpected happened. I don't really know the full story because I don't give enough of a crap to just Google it. If you do, more power to you. But basically, at some sort of event or trade show or conference or something somewhere, somebody set up a full display of dummy products from Amonkhet. I believe they're called like promotional display items. So let me just throw up one for an example. So these are the planeswalker decks, but not really. These are just mocked up. They could be full of like sand or like the wrong boosters or nothing, air. I don't know. Then nobody would walk up and steal them, for example. So the front cards are quite literally blank. I mean, they were printed without the text, which you think would be kind of hard to do and not worth the time, but I disagree. I think it is worth the time to do that. You know, so nobody walks up and steals it. Plus, they're not ready to reveal the cards yet. Except, well, little caveat, little asterisk at the end of that, specifically to do with these Planeswalker decks. Hint, hint, they leaked them. Like, they literally leaked the actual cards with the full text. Oh my god. The card security at Wizards makes me want to throw up. Those incompetent morons do not know what the hell they're doing. So, speaking of incompetent morons, do they think that nobody was going to take photos of this booth and throw it up on the internet? Do they think it was really going to stay just inside whatever event they were at? Some people are saying maybe. I say, I mean, as many just knuckle dragging ape morons work at Wizards, I just don't think anybody would be that stupid. I don't think almost any human on Earth would be that stupid. Oh, I'm going to set up this whole fancy display with thousands of people walking past, and nobody will take a picture and upload it to like Tumblr. No, that's totally legit. But maybe this is some private thing, and then they like pepper sprayed the guy with the booth and then took some pictures and ran. I don't know. I have no idea what the hell the context of this is. By the way, some of these are either professional released pictures, like digital images, or they're really well cropped, I guess. I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe Wizards did go ahead and also release like not crappy camera pictures of these. I have no idea. So here's a booster box. I don't know what the hell's going on with those red lines. Maybe it was a printing defect or something. I don't know. They all kind of seem to have it except for the middle one. Like they all have it on the top. But then, I don't know, the middle one doesn't. I have no idea what's going on with that. In this particular shot, they're not there at all. So, I don't know, maybe the red just indicates it's a fake pack, but then what's going on with the middle? You know, not a fake one, but like, you know, a display item. So apparently these are the 5 artworks. And the funny thing is, I don't think they're the 5 gods, because there's going to be 5 gods in this set, kind of like Theros. Boy, only 1 or 2 of them is, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. That honestly was leaked separately anyway, so whatever. In fact, what the hell? Let's do those next. These really aren't in any particular order. This is the Black God. Looks like some kind of, I don't know, coyote. I don't think they have those in Egypt. I don't freaking know. The Blue God is some kind of crane-looking dude. Pretty cool, honestly. I'd be comparing these to whatever Egyptian god they actually are clearly based on, but I couldn't tell you. This one though, this really tests my extensive knowledge of Stargate SG-1. This is clearly one of the Goa'uld troops. I believe that staff fires pretty good little like plasma blasts. Also, this is the Green God. Makes sense. He's a snake. Pretty cool. Then we've got a little Crocopopolis here. The Red God. There's some kind of crocodile god in Egyptian lore, pretty sure. And then finally we got the coolest one of them all, because it's a freaking cat. I mean, come on. It's an angel cat, people. I don't even care what the damn cards are. I don't care what the white mechanic is. I'm playing it just because Angel Cat God. That is so internet I can't even handle it right now. Also, Liliana shows up, I guess, and then, I don't know, acts like a stuck-up crazy lady as usual. And apparently Nissa shows up. Yeah. Oh yeah, and Gideon's there too, looking all Gideon-ish. Oh, and you can see in the background, ooh, creepy. It's the big nickel bolus horns there, which they're pretty much in everything. I mean, here's like the full wide shot here. You can see some of the god statues, very, very Egyptian. And those pyramids in the background, they appear to be hovering. That's pretty cool. A little different than actual Egypt, unless you're one of those ancient aliens idiots. But that whole show was designed specifically for complete morons. Oh, and it features primarily complete morons, not actual historians or scientists. It's literally just people who don't know what the hell they're talking about. So did they build the horns as obelisks, or is that actually Nicol Bolas with his face in the ground? Nobody knows. Who knows? What I do know is that those wonderful horns are in all 5 of the promotional full art lands. These are going to be given away at, I believe, Standard... I want to say League. I think that's wrong. I think it's the other event. But for sure at the Magic Open House. These are definitely going to be given away there. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I would think that the print volume overall would be lower than original Zendikar and infinitely lower than Battle for Zendikar. So that's pretty cool. The potential for these to go up is just insane. I mean, and then the funny thing is they're primarily supposed to go to the new players who might not appreciate or recognize the investment capability based on past history. And then some shady longtime players are probably going to try to shark them and, offer them $1 cash, which, I mean, debatably they're not worth more than that. So it's more like a future thing. So I don't know. I kind of like the idea of this. I don't love the execution though. By the way, here's allegedly a picture of the art book for Amonkhet. That's pretty cool. And what do you know? We're back to that display. Here's the actual art book with some lovely bottled water beneath it. Very, very nice artistic contrast there. You've got Egypt, desert versus water. It's brilliant. Clearly a masterpiece. Hey, what's that thing next to it? Is it the insert that's going to be in the pre-release kit? Oh, yes, it is. It says the 5 Trials of the Gods. Complete the 5 Trials of the Gods below to claim your prizes. Retain this card to track your progress as you rise among the worthy. That sounds kind of cool. I like little, side achievements. The only time I can remember them doing it was 2 years ago, I believe, at a pre-release, and it might have just been my LGS that was doing it. And it sounded cool, but I didn't go to it. Anyway, the Trial of Solidarity. Bring a friend to a Magic event at your local game store. All right, good luck with that. Number 2, the Trial of Knowledge. Play in a standard format event at your local game store. Oh boy, that's hard to do. The Trial of Strength. Play in an Amonkhet sealed event at your local game store. I'm starting to think that this insert might not be in the pre-release kit because you could literally just scratch 2 of those clear off. Anyway, the Trial of Ambition. Play in an Amonkhet in-store league with your local gaming store. Yeah, good luck with that if your store ain't holding it. The Trial of Zeal. Play in an Amonkhet draft event at your local gaming store. By the way, draft will be on the release Friday because they have finally recognized that it is impossible to get your deck together in one day. I mean, seriously, that FNM would always have low attendance and really piss people off. Everyone would show up early, just scramble and try to trade and resleeve. It was a nightmare. So yes, they probably should hold a draft that day. Oh, and there are 0 official draft events. There's another good reason. In the wider shot, it actually does show that card comes out of the pre-release kit, but I have to assume that you could still get all 5 of those done without going to the pre-release. So maybe they'll give out 50 or 100 of those cards to every LGS. I don't really know. There's a nice cool close-up shot of the Amonkhet booster box, I believe this is. Yeah, it is. So they say, rise among the worthy. The plane of Amonkhet forges warriors. You have trained your entire life for a chance to face the trials of the 5 gods and join the elite ranks of the worthy, which is probably a scam/cult run by Nicol Bolas. Just going to throw that one out there. By the way, worthy is all caps, so it might be seeing a tribal called worthy. In fact, probably one called warriors as well. Use your strength, agility, and cunning. Overcome deadly challenges and rise above the competition to claim an honored place in the afterlife. Once again, almost definitely a scam run by Nicol Bolas. Oh, and here's a booster box with 5 boosters and the Planeswalker display, which, by the way, contains 6 in case you haven't seen it. Maybe your LGS hangs them up on a wall, but yeah, this is what it looks like. Wait a minute. Does that have text on it? Why, yes, it does. It would seem that somebody in I'll say Spanish. It looks like, could be Portuguese. Hard to tell. It looks like Spanish though. They have leaked the actual product photos of the actual Planeswalker decks. Which, first of all, why the hell does anybody have these? Secondly, why the hell does anybody have these? And third, why the hell does anybody have these? I mean, either the physical item or the digital copy. Why would Wizards send this out to anybody on the planet? Why does anybody need it this damn early? I mean, the answer for almost any leak, anytime, anywhere, ever, is that they wanted to put it in their catalog, and their catalog has to be finalized a month ahead of time. Great. So get them one with a bunch of BS squiggles or blur or something. I mean, to send them the actual photo, oh my god, Wizards is so stupid. Anyway, this is Gideon, Paradigma Marcial, and Liliana. I can't really read that as well. What is this? Manipulator. I think that says da, or no, D. Okay, that's Italian then. Morte. Well, it's not muerte, so yeah, that would be Italian. I was wrong. They are all shockingly close to each other, FYI. So, grazie to the Italians for leaking this, because, like, seriously, Wizards, what the hell? Do you really think that's not the first thing this person would do? Like, somebody's laying out the PDF for some frickin', like, I don't know, hobby store, like some Walmart out in Italy, and you send them this and they're not going to instantly put it up on the internet or sell it to somebody? Yeah, no, they are. So allegedly it translates literally to Gideon, I'm going to keep saying it Italian, Gideon Martial Paragon. I thought it's Paradigm, actually. I think they got that wrong. I mean, Paradigma, that's not Paragon, that's Paradigm. I'm like very sure of that, and I don't speak any Italian. Anyway, the first ability, which I'm surprised they could read this, is untap all creatures you control. That creatures receive +1/+1 until end of turn. That's insane. Then for Liliana, Death's Manipulator, which that one's pretty obvious. +2, put a -1/-1 counter on up to one creature. Ooh. And she costs 7. So we don't know the rest of the abilities, but I will say, mono. Holy hell am I excited about that. So Nicol Bolas is typically multicolored, and people are saying this set is either going to be 3-color, maybe 2-color. There was less, evidence of that. Or it'll be super mono, where every god is one color. Well, now we have literally every god that's just one color. They have pretty well confirmed that. So I'm thinking, okay, we don't need to resurrect, Devotion. I love that mechanic, but come on, we just played with it. But something similar, like maybe the number of black permanents, the number of white permanents, instead of, literally the casting cost. Maybe that'll come into play. We need to get people off of 3-color decks, okay? 3-color decks are way the hell too powerful. They're too much. I mean, you have an answer to everything, and if you don't, you'll sideboard it in. 3-color decks are toxic to standard. They're what's ruining standard. They ruined cons. They ruined Aether Revolt. It's clear as day. I mean, look at Mardu vehicles. The best way you can describe it is the best vehicle, the best kill spell, the best 3/1 creature, the best 3/2 creature, the best 2 drops. I mean, just the best everything from every color. Oops. You can't let people do that. The whole point of having 5 colors is that there's consequences as you go up in the colors, in that you might get color screwed. Well, they printed too good at fixing. Oops. And then in cons, they actively, literally printed 3-color spells. And then they made the fixing as well. So yeah, and then it makes lands cost too much. It makes every deck cost too much. Makes standard cost too much. So yes, go to mono. And this just screams mono. I know it's only the Planeswalker decks, but they have traditionally in the last 2 sets been 2-color. So the fact that they're mono is huge. I am very excited about that. If you were to take away one thing from this whole video, that is what you should get excited about. That is enormous. Also, second most important thing, that Gideon artwork looks like 1993 crap. I don't know if it's just the photo. It looks terrible. It looks sunburnt. I mean, it looks like complete crap. It almost looks like this is a scan of an already printed, like some weird like dot, thing with like a litho and like really bad dithering and stuff. I don't know. That just doesn't look original. It looks like complete and utter crap. I just thought that was funny and worth mentioning. So there's 1 or 2 more things here. One, these survey leaks, I guess you could call them, for Amonkhet, Hour of Devastation, maybe Atlasan, and maybe Conquest of Power. they've been spot on so far. If you compare the two in the top to the boosters, yep. And those are the ones that you find on the rack at like Walmart or Target or maybe even Barnes and Noble. So those are like the curvy retail packs in case you've never seen them. So I think it's safe to say at this point, yeah, Nicol Bolas will be in Hour of Devastation. I mean, duh, they'll probably like wake him up or something. And that creepy mummy dude will probably be a significant card too. As far as Atlazan with Vraska and the Merfolk, and then whoever that is in Ajani and Conquest of Power, if that's even the name, still kind of unclear. I feel like, yeah, it probably is going to be called that, but who knows. But the other three, we don't really know who those are necessarily. Number 2 there, it doesn't look like that's the Black God. It just looks a little bit different than his artwork. Could be, though. That's clearly the Cat Angel in the middle there. And then the Snake Dude's not there. One on the right is a Sphinx. That's pretty cool. The other one looks like some kind of priest. She's not in any kind of other spoiler. And honestly, the guy on the far left was just in the survey. That's it. So don't really know who the rest of them are, but it looks cool. Looks very Egyptian, and I'm glad that they brought back sphinxes, because I mean you can't have Egypt without sphinxes, and they stick a sphinx in frickin' everything. So an actually playable sphinx, not some really hyper powerful, but it costs 7, so you're never gonna get it out sphinx. Something actually reasonable this time would be great. Maybe a fork drop that just has an okay ability. I would settle for that. I mean seriously, just go type sphinx into the Gatherer website. They're garbage. They're historically just unplayable. Like they're really hyper powerful and really good, but completely unplayable due to their lack of attack power and just insane casting cost. There's like maybe one exception. Otherwise, Sphinx have always taken a back seat to like better stuff. And that pisses me off because I like playing blue. They're typically blue, and I just love Sphinxes. Oh, and one more little thing here. Might have caught this. In fact, actually, I believe this front art was actually leaked anyway. In this shot, oh look, it's Archenemy, which is a thing that's coming out in like a month or 2 or whatever. It's going to be as big of a flop as Plane Chase Anthology, if not worse. They're probably going to make it WPN only, which shoots themselves in the foot. And I think investors aren't going to touch it this time. So if they want 150 for that, they better keep dreaming. If they even want $50 for it, they better keep dreaming at this point. Archenemy is like a 4 versus 1 multiplayer thing where the one player is super hyper powerful and plays with like a special deck or some kind of special abilities or something like that. I don't know. I think I actually did a video on it and I still don't remember what I said in the video. That's how excited I am for Archenemy. I mean, it sounds cool, but it's like a fringe format. And this usually contains 4 or 5 decks, I believe. So it's probably going to be really expensive in a giant flop, but it's a real shame because from what I've heard, it's quite fun, and they only printed it one time in the past and people loved it. But I think even back then it didn't sell very well. Maybe the whole Nicol Bolas story flavor thing will help. People want to take him down, but I don't know. So that's all we know for now about Amonkhet, and I think it's an appropriate amount of information. No cards, but, a little bit about the story, the mechanics, just enough to get people a little bit excited and interested, wondering about the storyline. I think it was appropriate. The only big issue I would take with this is if they actually thought that these photos would not end up on the internet. And also, what the hell, Italy? What the hell? Like, why do you have those? Why do you have that digital image? Why? Wizards, why did you send it to Italy? What the hell? Seriously, they have worse security than Yahoo. Like, for real. It's not like they got hacked into and somebody stole it, but they're all like, oh, we're going to release this on our time schedule. And it is the end of the world when somebody spoils something early. Like they literally wrote a whole article whining about it and shaming everybody when, I don't remember, something was leaked a while ago. And then they just are like, they're just chucking out digital images to everybody in every unreliable, country just to leak onto the internet, basically. Brilliant idea, guys. It's been working in the past. Keep doing it. Gives me something to make a video about. I'll see you guys next video.